What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brian from Brian's Custom Auto, coming at you again with another video on this. Now, I've been on this truck for 3 videos straight now, or something like that. And guys, I'm lost. So I have came in, I have changed coil packs, I have chased down vacuum leaks, I put brand new spark plugs in it. I've done all this, right? And for some reason, it still has a skip. All right, everybody, it's a new day, and I'm back on the F-150 again because it still has a skip to it, a misfire. So I've come to the conclusion, since we've done everything else, the only thing left to do is take the valve covers off and see what's going on under them. I have a funny suspicion I'm going to find a surprise in there. You have to start with the hard side, and I've already got half of this stuff taken off, but you got to take this bracket that goes all the way down and around down here off with the 2 10mm bolts right there. Then you have a 10mm up here, an 8mm and an 8mm. Then you have the 2 8mm that hold the power steering pump, and that's actually, for some unknown reason, that is a 2-piece bracket to go from here to here. Weird. You also have to take this main bracket off that holds your throttle cables to there. You also have to pull your other stuff here off. This has got to come off. The EGR's got to come back off and be moved back just to get the valve cover off. And once we get to all that, then we got to pull the fuel injectors and coil pack wiring from over here so we can even lift it up off of the valve cover. Genius stuff, guys. Genius stuff from Ford. Love it. Love it. So, anyway, we're going to get at it. Guys, got this valve cover off. Hang on, let me clean this camera. Clean the camera because before I get in here and show this to you up close, I don't want there to be any skew. But you seen how much grease and grime was on the outside of this engine when I first started on this truck, and you can kind of see it right there still where I haven't got that cleaned yet. But I just want you to see how much grime and grudge and grunginess is inside that head. My God. But nothing seems loose. I haven't rotated the engine over yet. I can't tell. That kind of looks like that cam lobe might be worn there. That one right there. It's high sides on the bottom. I don't know. I mean, it all looks pretty bad. Like, we might be in a bad situation here. But what I can say is the timing chain is not all loosey-goosey. Timing chain's good on this side. So, I don't know. Let's get the other valve cover off. Oh, take you in here to show you this. Here's the inside of this valve cover. Who does this? Who lets an engine get this bad? Like, there's just no excuse. Look, I understand that, you know, mileage and wear and tear and all that, but this, no, that's just neglect. That's all that is pure neglect. So, sorry, Mr. G, just so I'm not calling you out by name. Sorry, Mr. G, but this ain't looking great. Maybe somebody knows something I don't know. Let's get the other valve cover off, and then we'll see about spinning this engine over so that way we can keep an eye on the cam lobes and see what they look like and see if that's where our problem is. So here goes a couple more hours on the other side. Finally got the second valve cover off. Fell off the crate about 12 times. Gouged my stomach on the corner of that fender right there 13 times. But let me show you what we found. Everybody loves Carnage except for the mechanic. Guys, I tried to go every easy route possible with this truck, hoping maybe it was a coil pack or a spark plug or something. But I just got the valve cover off. And let me see. Can you see that down there? Yep. That's one. Well, guess what? Back there is a second one. I know it's hard to see because you can't see nothing inside this big steaming pile of crap. But let me just do this. There's the first one. Damn it. I hit a button with my thumb. Here's the second one. That ain't supposed to be like that. So, now we got to figure out what has to happen next. So, let's get it from there. All right, it's late into the next day, but it's the next day. And the reason we're so late into the next day is because I left off yesterday with showing y'all 2 lifters. Well, let me show you what the final outcome is. The final outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4 total that flopped out of there. Now, I've been doing some research, and it turns out that if you do not give these engines proper oil changes, or you try and run them too far in between oil changes, and you decide to rev them to 9,000 RPM at some point, then it will chuck these out, okay? But the biggest thing is the oil changes. So these 5.4s run on oil pressure. A lot of things run on oil pressure. You got your cam guides that run on oil pressure, which both cam guides are actually really good. Ran the camera down in there to see as much as I could, but the cam guides are good. The pressure and tension on the not the cam guides, the timing chain guides. The pressures on the timing chains are good. Everything looks good there. These little guys, okay? These are where a lot of problem is. You can see how gummed up that one is, which you can see on camera. Anyway, cannot squeeze that one down. You can spin it, but you cannot squeeze it down or anything. Can't even squeeze it down in the vise. So, we decided to go a different route. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and do this just for S&G. Turn the light on there. Let's see, there's another one right there. Trying to wiggle that guy out. There we go. This one here, see what kind of shape it's in. Same scenario. This one won't even spin. Throw that one to the side. See if we reach in here and grab the next one. Bear with me, guys. This one here will not spin, will not collapse. There's another one back there. There's the third one. Now this one will spin. This one will move up and down. I know because I done had it out. Now, that's all 4 of those, okay? Now in this situation, you'd be like, well, Brian, how you gonna fix just 4? And if you notice, I didn't keep those in line together. Let me show you why. We didn't keep those in line because we have new headlights, right? That makes sense? And we got new corner markers. That came last night. Nah, I'm just playing. Brand new valve cover gaskets and milling parts. We've got 16 roller rockers and 16 brand new lifters to go in. So, let's see what's what here. The unboxing thing. But we're going to have to go through and do all these one at a time. So, that would be a rocker. Let me see, does it say on here? Yeah, rocker rocker, rocker, rocker. So we got 16 of each. So let's get these pulled out and figure out where we're going next. All right, so if you're doing this yourself, your rocker arm number is going to be, for the milling, is going to be MR929. That's for your roller rocker, and for your lifter will be JB2271, and that's for the upgraded factory replacements, being that guy. These are hydraulic lifters, so you'll want to make sure that you pump them up before you go trying to crank the engine completely. Because it's one step forward and two steps back, this crap wouldn't happen on a Cadillac. Guys, putting new parts in. Yeah. First one snaps right in perfect. Second one, put it in there, and it falls right back out. Third one is in there good and tight. Fourth one falls right back out. So I do some measurements from side to side. Come find out, and somebody might know the answer to this better than me, but we have somehow managed to wipe the cam lobes on this side. But yeah, somehow we wiped, well, we didn't. This thing's been like this since it came, but, you know, I said I'd done a compression test on it, which I did. And, you know, usually if you have an issue like this, so yeah, we put the dial indicator, or the, not dial indicator, but the caliper on and measured from side to side. And these lobes here come up like 5/1000ths, a very, very, very minute amount, but they're 5/1000ths lower, less material here. So, I mean, I guess technically that means it's wiped, but as far as valve spring goes, the valve springs are all doing what they're supposed to. They're going up and down, they're closing all the way, so that's a good thing. It's just weird. Oh, I hate Ford. I really do. You wouldn't have these problems with a Chevrolet. Anyway, let's find us a camshaft. Okay, new day, new problems, as always. So the cam lobes on the passenger side are 5/1000ths lower on the exhaust side only. Oiling issue, most likely, because, I mean, you can see the amount of sludge and grime that's inside this engine. It's not that it's not working, it's that the maintenance was not, I don't know. It's 178,000 miles on this truck, and it looks like it's only had 3 oil changes in its life. Now, what's crazy is the cam phasers look great, or the cam tensioners look great. I was able to run my camera all the way down in there and see those. They look remarkably clean. I mean, a little dirty, but remarkably clean. They're holding tension like crazy, so that's great. And talking with the people at Ford in Johnson City, one of the old school techs remembered on the 0102 or 0203 Lightnings and F-150s that around 80,000 miles, they'd always have to replace the passenger side camshaft. It was an issue back then. Now, let's move up to 2024. Can't buy them camshafts. You can go online. Oh, you also can't get any definite information either. Is it a Windsor engine? Is it a Romeo? Is it a PI? Is it a non-PI? PI, also, for those of you who might be wondering, is performance increase or power increase. It depends on what side of the engine your oil cap's on, all kind of crap, but nothing, everything on this online is as clear as mud, okay? Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm no expert on Ford engines. I am not. I am learning this engine as I go. And the number one thing I've learned is I don't like it. So after I get done working on this one, it'll be a cold day before I work on another one. There's that. The only reason I agreed to take this on is because of what it is and who it's for. Those two reasons right there is, you know, because I've always said I work on classic cars, you know, because let's face the facts, I'm stupid. Any idiot can work on classic cars because they're simple. Now, that's that. Call it what you will, take it how you will. These are a far, even compared to the modern day LS or the Hemis, this is just overcomplicated crap. So, moving on. I digress. So, I called Ford, talked with them. They gave me a number to a company. Now, I haven't talked to the company yet, other than a quick conversation. I'm waiting on someone to call me back and give me some information. You can get the factory set camshafts for this through Summit for like $800 because there's two of them. Just like that, guys, we are back in business. It took them quite a while to get back to me. They were busy, and I'll give you the name of the company here in just a second. I am definitely giving these people a shout out because they not only have what I need for this random truck, but she said they do like 4,000 a year as far as performance builds. So keep this in mind. If you have a Ford Lightning, a Ford SVT Lightning, Harley Davidson Edition Supercharged, or any of those, 2-valve, 3-valve, 5.4, 4.6, any of them, okay? But the name of this company that we're working with is called JLP. That's Johnny Lightning Performance Racing, okay? Just for context, their number is area code 717-786-4670. Tell them Brian for Brian's Custom Auto sent you. But they will have what you need. And if you have questions, they will be able to answer them. I am so stoked to be working with these guys. They're going to have other parts that I need for this truck as well. So I'm looking so forward to being able to work with them more in the future. But they were able to get me set up with the set of stock camshafts for this truck. So that being said, and they are very knowledgeable. It seems like they're a small operation. So, you know, and y'all know me, I love supporting small businesses. Hell, I am one. All right, so we're another day later, and there's nothing else I can do at this point until the camshafts get here. Once they get here, we'll put them in. So that's going to be in the next video. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Do me a favor, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the situation. 5 1,000ths. 5 1,000ths of an inch is what's stopping us from fixing this truck right now. You know, I hear a lot of people say these are the worst engines ever made and in the top 5 for sure. But you know, aside from the supercharger, that's the same engine I had in my Expedition. And at 180,000 miles, I drove it 8 hours one way, and then another, actually it turned out to be closer to 10 hours on the way back to pull a Jeep home on a trailer, and it done amazing. I'm not bashing the engine itself. I'm not bashing the truck itself. I'm bashing the engineers that created it. That's all. It was just overcomplicated for no reason. But just leave me a comment. Tell me what you think, okay? But that's going to do it for this one, guys. And like I say, if you'll hang in there, the next video, I promise this truck is going to be doing fat, nasty, stank burnouts. Because them tires that are on there are shot. So we're going to make sure we dispose of them properly. So, yeah. So make sure you subscribe so you can see that in the next video. Thanks, guys.